Welcome to Hope's Homemade Kitchen. Today we're making another vintage recipe. This time it's from a recipe inside the lid of an old-time Quaker Oats box for Vanishing Oatmeal Raisin Cookies. And it looks like we're going to do a mashup of the Quaker Oats Vanishing Oatmeal Raisin Cookies, and we're turning them into Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. So let's get started and I'll show you the ingredients. Okay, we're going to start off by measuring out our dry ingredients. We've got 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which the recipe indicates as optional. I'm going to give that a stir, and we'll put that aside. Next, we've got our butter, sugar, and eggs. Got 2 sticks of butter. Now this is one of the areas where the old recipes differ with the new recipes that they have on their website. The newer recipes have a little bit less butter and sugar in them. So we have 1 cup of butter. We want 1 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. So we'll beat the butter and sugars together until it's nice and creamy. Now we're going to add in 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll beat that until it's well combined. Now we're going to add in our dry mixture, which is the flour, baking soda, cinnamon, and salt. Now next I'm just going to stir in by hand my rolled oats. Now you have the option of using rolled oats or quick cooking oats in this recipe. I'm using rolled oats today, and it calls for 3 cups and 1 cup of raisins. So just stir those in by hand. And I preheated my oven to 350 degrees already. Now this recipe does not indicate that you need to chill the dough or anything, so we're just going to go with that. Okay, you end up with a nice firm dough. So drop the cookies by tablespoon-sized pieces. I'm using a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Okay, we'll put those 2 sheets in the oven at 350 degrees and bake them for 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown. Okay, those have been in the oven for about 12 minutes. So I'm going to take them out and let them cool for a bit. So using that original recipe, it resulted in more of a spread out flat cookie, but I'm fine with that. So if you like that kind of cookie, this one is for you. So we'll let those rest a little bit and then we'll move them to a cooling rack to cool. Now they possibly changed the recipe so that they wouldn't spread out as much. Here's the texture. I mean, to me, that's a wonderful texture of cookie. So we made the original recipe of the Vanishing Oatmeal Raisin Cookies, and I think they turned out fantastic. They're very soft, but yet a little bit crunchy, especially around the edges. And let's give it a taste. They're really so good. I don't know why you would want to change this. But as I was seeing these come out of the oven, I'm thinking, these look like they would be perfect for a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie. So that's what I'm going to make. Now let me show you the ingredients for the cream pie filling. So now I'm going to make the marshmallow filling for those oatmeal cream pies. I'm going to start with 1 stick of softened butter. You can use salted or unsalted. You just want to beat this on high speed until it's very smooth and creamy and lightened in color. Then you want this is a 13-ounce jar of marshmallow cream. You actually want a 7-ounce jar, so I'm only going to use about half of this. Then we'll just add that right to our butter mixture. and then about a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to give that a mix just until incorporated. Then I want to sift in 1 to 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. That's 1 cup. I'm going to go ahead and add in another cup. Now, if you want to loosen it up just a little bit so it's easier to spread, you can add in a little bit, just a couple, like a tablespoon or so of milk or cream. Just scrape down the sides. Now, I did forget to mention, if you are using unsalted butter, you might want to add in just a pinch of salt into this mixture. I was using salted butter, so I just skipped that step. I'm going to put this marshmallow cream filling into a piping bag. It'll just make it easier to fill those cream pies. So I'm just going to snip off the end. Then I'll just pipe that in. Top it off. Now, how about that? Just pipe it into kind of the middle, and then you'll take your other cookie of similar size and just press it down. Look at that. The oatmeal cream pies are my favorite of the Little Debbie snacks. Comment down below, what is your favorite of the Little Debbie snacks? Now, I wouldn't turn any of them down probably, but this one always ranked right up there. This makes such a wonderful cream. It's very easy to spread. Very nice. Now, I think that was a wonderful discovery. I started out just doing Vanishing Oatmeal Raisin Cookies, and then we ended up with Little Debbie snacks. So for storing the cookies, the Vanishing Oatmeal Raisin Cookies will stack very nicely, and you can keep them at room temperature for a long time. Or you could freeze them. For the oatmeal cream pies, I would wrap them in plastic wrap. And they'll also keep nicely for a couple of days at room temperature, but then you probably want to move them to the refrigerator because of the butter and milk or cream in there. And there you have it. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to do a taste test of the homemade Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. Now, I've had this wrapped up and in the refrigerator for a little bit, so it's really had time to develop a nice texture, really nice and soft, with that creamy oatmeal pie filling. Let's give it a taste test. That is so good. The soft cookie, the flavor is just like a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie. And that filling is really perfect. It's like a creamy, kind of marshmallowy filling. Love it. Thank you so much for joining me today as we first made Quaker Oatmeal's Vanishing Oatmeal Raisin Cookies, and then we turned those into the Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. We'll see you next time.